Namaskaram. Sairam. Sairam. Kaadila Veda. Okay, very good. Time ஆயிடுச்சு ஆரம்பிச்சலாமா?
Oh yes.
ஆரம்பிச்சலாம்.
Sorry, இங்க எனக்கு சத்தம் கேட்கல. Okay, Sairam. 1 minute. ஓம் ஸ்ரீ குருப்யோ நமஹ. ஹரிஹி ஓம். சுமுகஸ்ச ஏகதந்தர்ச்ச கபிலோ கஜகர்ணகः லம்போதரश्च விகடோ விக்னராஜோ விநாயகः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये यस्य द्विरदवक्त्राद्या पारिषद्या परस्सतम् विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमस्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनाम वित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यंकरवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। With Bhagavan's grace, we will start Narayana Suktam today. The Shanti Pataha for Narayana Suktam is the same. Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om सहस्रशीर्षं देवं विश्वाक्षं विश्वसंभुवं विश्वनारायणं देवमक्षरं परमं पदम्. முதல் மந்திரம், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மந்திரம். ஓம் சஹஸ்ரசீர்ஷம் தேவம் विश्वाक्षं विश्वसंभुवं विश्वनारायणं देवमक्षरं परमं पदम्. सहस्रशीर्षं देवं विश्वाक्षं विश्वसंभुवं अक्षरम परमं पदम नारायणं देवं. सहस्रशीर्षं विश्वाक्षं विश्वसंभुवं विश्वं अक्षरं परमं पदम नारायणं. सहस्रशीर्षं ஆயிரக்கணக்கான தலைகளை உடையவரும் with infinite heads Devam, Olimayamanavar, the effulgent one. Visvaksham, one who sees everything. Everything is under his vision, under his care. எல்லாவற்றையும் பார்க்கிறவரும். Visva Sambhuvam, one who does only auspiciousness, Mangalam, for the whole, for all the worlds. உலகம் எல்லாவற்றிற்கும் மங்களத்தை செய்கிறவர். Only benefit. Visva Sambhuvam. Visvam, one who is manifesting, appearing as Visvam, as all the worlds, the mental, the spiritual, emotional, physical, whatever world we think of, that Bhagavan is what it is. It is not different. Ulagam, Ulagai Irupavar. All the worlds are only appearance of Bhagavan only. The experiences of Bhagavan only. Aksharam, அழிவு இல்லாதவர், indestructible. Paramam Padam. Now, what is our final goal that we have to reach? And is that final goal is the worshipable, the place where is it a deserved to be reached? That the நம்ம எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து கடைசியில சேர பதவி, அந்த பதவியை அதுக்கு ஒப்பு உயர்வு ஒன்றும் இல்லை, ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. அந்த பதவி அதுக்குன்னு ஒரு தகுதி இருக்கு. The place where each one of us have to reach finally has a certain what do you call it, certain greatness, a supremacy about it. And there is nothing beyond it. There is nothing equal to it. It is what it is. That place, Paramam Padam. Paramam Padam. That Padam is just not just a place. We have to look at it as that thing where, that is where we all deserve to be finally there. Bhagavan's that lotus feet, that final place, is not only the refuge, but there is no other place equal to or better than that. This is the final abode. And once reached there, there is no return from that place. That Paramam Padam, Narayanam Devam, that Narayananai, Devam, that Narayananai, Namaskarikiren, I worship him. I Dhyanam Segiren, I meditate on him. Sagasthasirisham, Devam, Visvaksham, Visvasambhuvam, Visvam, Aksharam, Paramam Padam, Narayanam Devam. The Narayanam, that Narayana, that Padam, meaning will come later, so we will defer to that, to wait till that meaning comes. Okay. So, Sagasrasirusham Devam, Visvaksham, Visvasambhuvam, Visvan Narayanam Devam, Visvan Narayanam Devamaksharam, Paramam Padam. Now, the Purushottam, Bhagavan, that Purusha, that worshipped, he praised, and the Rishi shared his Anubhavam with us, and also exhorting each one of us to reach that Bhagavan, that Padam, is also present inside, what we call as inside, internally. and that is going to be described. That experience is going to be described. How is he present in my body, in my mind, in my heart, in my hridayam? Where exactly is he? If he is present everywhere, but where is he? In my body. Where is he in my mind? Where is this in this composition of the 5 elements that I have, that I think I am? Where is he? That is what is being described in this suktam. Okay, next mantra. Visvatah paraman nityam visvannarayanagum harim visvamevedam purushastat visvamupajivati visvatah paraman nityam visvannarayanagum harim visvamevedam purushastat visvamupajivati visvamevedam purushastat visvamupajivati visvatah paramat nityam visvam narayanam harim visvam eva idam purushah tat visvam upajivati. Visvatah paramat nityam visvam narayanam harim visvam eva idam purushah tat visvam upajivati. Visvatah paramat. Now, Visvam, Ulaga Irupavar, he is the one appearing as all the worlds, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever that we think of, whatever we imagine to be. But if that Visvam that Bhagavan is Visvatah Paramat. But he is beyond that. Same thing we saw in Suktam, right? Being described again. The same truth is only one. So the Rishi describes again, okay? Visvatah Paramat. Because in the previous mantram, Viswam comes, Ulaga Irupavar. Visvatah Param Paramat. Ulagatte Yellavattirukkum, Ulagai Kaattilum Melanavar, beyond. Okay? Visvatah Paramat. Okay, not just beyond, Ati, like Paramat means Mikka Melanavar. Okay, very much beyond this. Visvatah, that is the Tripada Purusha we experience in Purusha. Okay, Tripada Purushati Isa Amrtatvam. So, Visvatah Paramat Nityam. Nityam means always, Eppoludum. Also, it means in all places, at all times, in every which way, in all ways, Bhagavan is present. Sarvatah, Sarvatra Harichintanam. We say that, okay? Sada Sarveshu Sarvatra Harichintanam. That is what that Bhagavan is. Everywhere, in all places, at all times, in all ways. Think of Bhagavan. That is the meaning of that slokam. So here, Nityam means that not only at all times, but also in all places. Not only in all times and all places, but in all ways also. Whichever way, I imagine that is Bhagavan. So Nityam, Viswam, Visa, Ulaga Irupavar, Viswam, also Visvatah Paramat. Both come here. Harim, Harim. Harihit, Harim. And see here, this grammatically, this is the object, the second vibhakti, okay, Dvitiya vibhakti. So that means Anda Bhagavanike, Anda Bhagavanidam, okay, the Narayanidam, and the Narayanike. Namaskariக்கிறேன், தியானம் செய்கிறேன், அவனிடம். That is what the grammar means. So harim. Now harim is the one. Hari means to destroy, to remove all the obstacles in my pathway, to remove and destroy all my non-beneficial conduct, non-beneficial thoughts, words, and actions that I do. We call it papangal, okay? To destroy all thoughts that where I do not think of Bhagavan, all non-thoughts of Bhagavan, that is also, he destroys all that. Finally, what is left is only thoughts of Bhagavan. So, illa vidamana papangal. Now, the papam and punyam are very important teachings in our scriptures, as Sri Ramachandra himself teaches to the rishis when he was in the forest. And the rishis come and I explain to them what is a papam, what is punyam. And very simply, papam is any thought, action, or words that is not done as samarpanam to Bhagavan, that is not done without thinking of Bhagavan, without the thought of Bhagavan, that is not done without the company of Bhagavan in one's mind, without submitting everything to Bhagavan, including the doership, that becomes a papam. So anything other than that is punyam. All things that are then samarpanam to and all submitted to Bhagavan, keeping Bhagavan's name and form, or name or form also doesn't okay, in one's mind, one's hridayam, thinking of him always, right? Those are all punyangal. Now, Hari is one who actually removes both papam as well as punyam. Because papam we all can relate to. If I do something, if I eat too much, then I get a stomach pain. Okay, that's fine. That's understood. Action, reaction. Same way, when I do punyam also, keeping Bhagavan in my mind, but I think I am doing it, that punyam is also there, but I have to take birth again. Both papangal and punyangal have to yield their results. So both have to be destroyed and removed, where I become just like a flute in Krishna's hand. So he blows divine music through me, where I have no ahamkaram. Till that point, then all the things are obstacles only. And when there is an obstacle, obviously tapam comes. Not only papam, but also tapam comes. Isn't it? So if I get lots of money, along with it, I get greed, I get pride, I get deceit, dhambam, gharvam, so many things come with that. Isn't it? I mean, ultimately, none of this is devoid of suffering. None of this gives me peace. So everything, all those have to be destroyed. And who does it? Not me. Hari. That Bhagavan, that Narayana, that Harim, Dhyanam Karomi. I meditate on him. I worship him. Dhyanam. Okay. So, Visvataha Paramat Nityam Viswam Harim. Tat Narayanam, Harim Narayanam, Dhyanikren. Now, Viswam Eva Idam Purushaha. Ulagayiruppavar, Bhagavan is Viswam. That Viswam Eva, that is also with Idam Viswam, this world, again, whatever world that I live in, if I think I'm living on earth, then that is my world. If I think I'm living in this house, that is my world. If I think I'm living in the company of these people, with whether it's family, friends, doesn't matter, at that moment, that is my world. If I think I'm living mentally, worried about something or aspiring something or whatever it may be, whatever it is, there are so many worlds that I live in. Okay, and when I if I do Gayatri Mantram and they say Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha, and I think of only those three words, Bhulokam, Bhuvarlokam, and Suvarlokam. Yes, those are the lokangal that it's all mental imagination. So many worlds I create, okay? But Bhagavan is the one who is at all, appears in all these worlds. Idam Viswam Narayanam Eva. This, all the worlds within or Narayana only Eva. Viswam Eva Idam Purushaha. Idam Viswam Purushaha Eva. Purusha. We saw the explanation by elders in Purusha Suktam. Purushaha is Kshetrajna. Kshetra and Kshetrajna, Puru and Purushaha. Puru means embodiment. Okay. Forms could be forms, physical forms, could be mental forms, could be thoughts, could be feelings, could be worries, could be aspirations, could be physical forms also, including a speck of sand or a snake or a tree. Doesn't matter, whatever it is, or an ant or myself. Okay, whatever it is, that is Puru, or a mountain. So Purushaha, we call it in English as indweller. Ulle Uraibavar, but Ulle, both inside as well as outside, as well as the form. All the three, there is no difference. Idam Viswam Purushaha Eva. This Purushaha is Narayana. And Narayana, the meaning comes later. Okay? So Viswam, Idam Viswam Purushaha Eva. Now, if that is what it is, what about all this Viswam then? Okay, this world we know is temporary, but it is always seemed to be active and as if it has got life of its own. Even though everything seems to come and go, appears and disappears, so that seems to generate a certain activity, appears to be active. What is it? Where is the Jivan for it? What is it that gives a life force? That is Viswam Upajivati. Viswam Tat Upajivati. This Viswam, this Prapancham, Tat, in that Bhagavan, that Narayanam, in that Purushaha, Upajivati, it appears active, as if it appears alive. Now, I think we shared the Uddhava's story in one of the sessions. I don't know which session it was, when Uddhava visited the Gopikaigal and found and saw how a stone was crying, melting, and how a plant was shedding teardrops, so it could not bear the separation from Krishna. Sarvam Sajivam, everything is alive, Chaitanyam in everything. The whole world is Upajivati. It is in the Chaitanyam is the one that is Prakasikar, that is shining everywhere. This whole Viswam, Tat, in that Chaitanyam is shining, is becoming alive. What we call as alive in English, right? So, Visvataha Paramat Nityam Viswam Narayanam Harim Viswam Eva Idam Purushaha Tat Viswam Upajivati Visvata Paraman Nityam Viswan Narayanagum Harim Visvamevedam Purushas Tat Viswam Upajivati. Now, I'm in a different place today, so I have to look at the clock carefully so I don't overshoot. Patim Visvasyadme Swaragum Sasvatagum Sivamachyutam Narayanam Mahanyeyam Visvatmanam Parayanam Patim Visvasyadme Swaragum Sasvatagum Sivamachyutam Narayanam Mahajneyam Visvatmanam Parayanam. Now, Patim Visvasya Atmeswaram Atma Iswaram Sasvatam Sivam Achyutam Narayanam Mahajneyam Visva Atmanam Parayanam. Very some beautiful Sanskrit Padangal. We have to understand carefully because we use them colloquially, sometimes differently. So the meaning has to be understood as the Vedangal teaches. That is the correct meaning. Now, here Sivam Achyutam, the beautiful thing comes. Okay, and also we talk about Narayanam. So immediately the Vaishnavagal, the Saivagal, that problem is there. Irrespective of all the teachings from all the elders, including Kanchi Paramacharya, everybody says Shiva Vishnu temple. We seem to carry these differences in our head, which we have to get rid of. And this Suktam, along with all the Vedangal, the teachings and all that, help us dispel that wrong notions we have, so we can experience Bhagavan as Ekam Sat. So here, let us go through the Pada meaning now. Visvasya Patim. Now, Bhagavan is Visvam. Bhagavan, Idam Visvam, Purushaha Yeva, we saw that. Okay. Visvataka Paramat, we saw that also. Rishi describes so beautifully, but he's also Visvasya Patim. He's also the Nayakar, the protector. Pati means protector, not only a ruler, a master, a boss, as we call it, but protector. Protector from what? He's also the Hari, isn't it? So, the amazing things I experience in my own life, in each one of our life. If you just, as Swami Desikan says, the Papa Muttaigal, the Karma Palangal, the results of all the actions that I have been doing through ages, those Karma Palangal which I have to experience, I have to go through them. And they're in the sacks and sacks of them. Desikan says, now imagine, after leaving this body, I get an audience with Bhagavan. In that huge hall, the Desikan describes, Swami Desikan describes, as I go and submit to Bhagavan, and Lakshmi Devi seated next to him, the Karuna Devi, the Daya Devi, in Daya Sadakam it comes, and the palace the hall is full of overflowing with the sacks and sacks of my Papa Muttaigal, Punya Muttaigal, whatever it may be. And how many births I have to get rid of, to get rid of these? It looks like an impossible thing. But Bhagavan, in his infinite compassion, Dayadevi tells him, Swami, he's a good man. Okay, immediately Bhagavan completely removes the sacks and sacks of Papa Muttaigal. My load is decreased. Isn't it? In my own birth, so many things can go wrong. And so many ways I can get, we all know, we know so many things, isn't it? We keep complaining, but everything could have been much more intense. And that's how Bhagavan protects. Keeps on protecting. It doesn't take rest even for a kshanam, doesn't give me up, doesn't give up on me. Every second, everything, he's protecting, guiding. No, this is not the right way. Come this way, come this way. Okay, if I make a mistake, he bears it and corrects me, never punishes me. Why? Because the protection is there all that time. Bhagavan says, Swami says in Bhagavata Vahini, very beautiful. See, there are 10 characteristics for a Bhagavatam. What is a Bhagavatam? There are 10 characteristics. He describes what those qualities are, the characteristics are. Not anything can become a Bhagavatam, a Puranam, sorry. 10 characteristics for a Puranam. So not everything can become a Puranam. So out of the 10 characteristics, he describes, and the final one, he says, Astreya. Astreya. Astreya is a very important characteristic of a Puranam. And what does Astreya mean? Protection. Protection, nothing but that. We see Srimad Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, whatever, Krishna Leela or Narsimha Avataram, Prahlad Charitam, whatever we go through, okay, there is a phenomenal sense of protection and security that gets reinforced, that descends on us, that becomes strong within us. That is the presence of Bhagavan. And Swami says, among all the characteristics of a Purana, Asreya, the protection, is the most important. Patim, Visvasya Patim, most important. Let's not worry about, this or that. Bhagavan is protecting. Bhagavan is protecting. So I can surrender to him. Simple. So many people we surrender to. Bhagavan we surrender. He is the true Pati, the true protector, the true Suhrit, the well-wisher, the true friend. Okay. To him. That not only to me, I'm no special. The whole Visvasya Patim, even an ant, even a bird, even a mountain. It's amazing how Bhagavan is protecting. When you just open your mind and eyes to it, it's amazing. That goes on non-stop. Visvasya Patim, Ulagirku Nayakar, the protector. Not just a leader. Don't think of Bhagavan as a leader or a master or somebody who's kind of control. No, he's protecting us. As part of the protection, control comes. Everything has to be within limits. If I exceed the limits, I suffer. Therefore, the Divine Mother says, don't exceed the limit. Come this way. He's protecting all the time and taking me to his lotus feet. That is what he's doing for each one of us. That Visvasya Patim. The amazing Suktam this one is. I'm sorry, I'm getting carried away. Okay. Now, Patim Visvasya. Patim Visvasya. Atma Iswaram. So for all the Jivatma simply understand it. My mind is playing all this, the unfulfilled desires that have to be fulfilled. Therefore, I take birth. Okay. That is a Chaitanyam, we call it life force or whatever it is. Okay. There is no difference between Jivatma and Paramatma. Please, there's only one Atma. But being in a limited body, being within a limited mind, even though mind seems to be going everywhere, it has also got its limit. It cannot exceed its limit. Okay. It cannot capture Bhagavan. Okay. It cannot, even impossible to imagine. Right? It can do so many things, but it cannot capture Bhagavan. Only love can do that. Only prema can do that. So, this Atmeswaram, all the Jivahigal, Atmakalku, Iswaran. Now, Iswaran is a controller and also giver of all the resources required for sustenance. Isn't it? All the Aishwaryangal we have. Not only, just don't think only in terms of wealth. Health is there. Knowledge is there. All the Janangal. So many ways Bhagavan is giving me resources in this world so that I can live. Okay. So that, and is also controlling. They exceed the limit. Naturally, I'll be pulled back for my own benefit. Correction, never a punishment. Bhagavan is not a punishing God. He's a correcting mother. Okay. So, Atmeswaram, so Patim Visvasya, Atmeswar, Atma Iswaram, Sasvatam. Shashvatam is simply we say eternal. Okay. Why eternal? What is this eternity? Because Bhagavan is Kala Pitaya Namaha. Kalaya Namaha, we worship him. Kala Atitaya Namaha. Bhagavan is a form of time, but Bhagavan is also beyond time. Time itself is part of the creation of Bhagavan. So naturally, so the Sasvataha means eternal doesn't capture it because eternity implies a function of time, isn't it? Oh my God, it's always. That's a function of time there. But Bhagavan is beyond time. That is Sasvataha. The difference between Nityam and well, there's no really difference between Nityam and Sasvatam, but that is so. But to capture that in words is very difficult. Sanskrit Padam says Sasvatam, Shivam. Shivam means auspiciousness, Mangalam, Bhajaniyam, Bhadram, Kalyanam. So many beautiful padangal are there. Shivam, what is Mangalam? What is auspiciousness? Only Shantam is Mangalam. Prema is Mangalam. Satyam is Mangalam. That is only, that's a time only when I can really be peaceful. No agitations in the mind. No ups or downs. This is contentment is Shivam. Okay, Prasada Buddhi is Shivam. And selflessness is Shivam. So this company of Bhagavan, thinking of Bhagavan, Namasmaranam, talking about him, hearing about him, reading about him, thinking of him all the time, that is Mangalam. Mind actually disappears. When the mind disappears, what is present is Mangalam. Shantam, Prema is the closest I can experience Anubhavam of Mangalam is Prema, is love. It is as selfless as possible. Shivam, Bhagavan is manifesting as that experience of that Anubhavam of Mangalam, that is Shivam. So everything is grammat. Remember, it is Ditiya Vibhakti. So it becomes the Mangala Vadivanarum, okay, that Dhyani Kiren. So I meditate on him. It's an object, a subject and an object. Bhagavan is a subject, but here we are worshipping him as an object. Visvasya Patim is a Visvasya Patihi. That is subject. But Patim, to that Pati, Atma Isvaraha. So Atma Isvaram, we say like that in grammatic. So please understand that. Shivam, okay. Achyutam. Achyuta, beautiful. Achyuta is the most dependable. Okay. There's no, I'm not able to find an English word for it. So the Achyuta means, in Tamil we can say, Nalvudal illadavar. That Nalvudal illadavar means most dependable, not only most dependable, but he also doesn't allow you to slip or fall. See, there are two things there, isn't it? So there is no way I can fail in my travels and journey to Bhagavan's lotus feet, to put it in another way. It's impossible. I think I'm not getting there. Oh, I think I'm doing. No. Nalvudal illadavar. Achyuta is there. Is making sure I don't slip or fall. I get corrected. Yes, course corrections are there all the time. But there is no way I regress. There is no way I fall. There is no way I slip. Because Bhagavan is taking care. This is Achyuta. When if I fall back, for example, physically, Bhagavan, and physically we play this game, somebody else is making sure he's supporting me when I fall down, right? So he makes sure he doesn't fall. Bhagavan is like that in my life in all aspects. That is Achyuta. Now, the another one, the elders also describe in some of the other Vyakhyananga very beautifully. See, they say Bhagavan Achyutam, see, Swarupa Samarthyat, that means in his own form of selfless love, he never slips away from it. He's always established in it. That is another meaning they say. But to me, how I can relate to Bhagavan and how he relates to me, that is to me, I can experience it. There's no point in describing Bhagavan because it's not possible for me to do that. But at the same time, how I interact, how Bhagavan interacts with me. So making sure that he's always there, not only protecting me, he's my pati, he's also my Achyuta. He makes sure that I never slip or fall, always holding his hand and going to the lotus feet. How am I holding his hand all the time? No, he is holding my hand all the time, even though I may not be aware of it. This is the beauty of Bhagavan. This is the beauty of Swami Avatar, who came as Avatar. And the other thing is, so Shashvatam Shivam, Achyutam Visa, and making sure I'm not exceeding the time, excuse me. Okay. So next one is, so Patim Visvasya Patim, Atmeswaragum, Atmeswaraha, Shashvatam, Shivam, Achyutam. Then next one is Narayanam Mahajneyam comes. Now, Mahajneyam, it's beautiful. The one that should be known, knowing which everything else is known. We saw in Suktam also, right? So there is a Jnani, and there is a Jnanam, and there is a Jneyam. Jneyam, to be known. I know that Jnanam comes. Jneyam, Mahajneyam. Maha means supreme, the great, the most exalted. Sirappaha, the special. Okay, it's an exclusive. It's not exclusive. Bhagavan is never exclusive. He's always inclusive. Wrong English word. It's exceptional. You can say it's the most important, essential knowledge. You can put it that way. Okay, that's probably what I was struggling for. So Mahajneyam, that Narayanam. Then Visvatmanam, that we say it in English, indweller in everything, Bhagavan who's resident in everything. How can Bhagavan is resident, but I also reside in him? This is important. So Visvatmanam, Parayanam. Let's take this particular padam and we'll conclude for today. Now, Parayana means we do Parayanam, Pandray, all those things, Saptaha Parayanam, all these things. No, what is actually Parayanam means? Parayanam means the Pugalidam, the final refuge. That is what Parayanam means. Actually, Swami himself say, Sarva Parayanaya Namaha, the beautiful Ashtotram we have. Bhagavan is even as interested, if not more interested and more keen than me in taking me to this final refuge. So he's always involved in that. Always. So this Parayanam is the other form of it. To reach what we do to Parayanam is Parayanam. Okay, the final refuge, final place of which is our home basically. Each one of us, our home is one and the same. Whether we call it lotus feet or whether we call it Sayujyam, merging with Bhagavan, those are all our imagination. But Bhagavan is the entity, Ekam Sat, to be one with it without any difference, without feeling of separation, being there from which there is no return. That place, that Parayanam, the final refuge. At my level, I can take it just as being in the presence of Bhagavan, in the darshan of Bhagavan. That is like the Akshayavat, under the shade of Bhagavan, the shade of the tree of love, under the shade of the tree. That is, whatever it is, that Parayanam, that Narayanam, okay, Aham Dhyanam Karomi, Aham Namaskaraha Karomi, Namaskaram Karomi. Okay, so whatever that I worship him, that Narayanam, Visvasya Patim, Atma Iswaram, Saswatam, Sivam, Achyutam, Mahajneyam, Visva Atmanam, Parayanam, Narayanam. Okay. Patim Visvasyadme Swaragum, Saswatagum, Sivam Achyutam, Narayanam Mahajneyam, Visvatmanam, Parayanam. With Bhagavan's grace, we will close now because time must be up. And with your permission, we will close. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Namaskaram. Are you all happy? Any questions, comments, thoughts, observations from anyone?
Namaskar. Namaskar, Guruji. That is Ravi speaking. Sorry. You are taking to the... Namaskar. Shall I speak?
Please, please.
Yeah. After Purusha Suktam, you are taking the next level of another journey. I feel unveiling different dimensions of that Paramatma, whatever they cannot put it, say in words, it cannot be captured in words, as you already described. Deeply involved in this your speech. Pranams to you.
My pranam, Sai Ram sir, my pranams to you also and to Bhagavan. See, now we are just entering Narayana Suktam, sir. Amazing things are going to come. Amazing. I mean, we are so eternally grateful to the Rishi who's telling us all this. Unbelievable it is, okay? We're going to see all this. So let us travel this journey together. I'm very happy, sir. Very happy. Sai Ram to you.
Mr. Krishnaswami, this is Janaki. Can I say something?
Yeah, please. Yeah, namaskaram.
I was very blessed to learn how to chant this Suktam with you earlier, but we never went through the meaning. And now that I'm getting just a taste of it today, I'm just so eagerly waiting for the rest of the meaning. And I already feel so much closer to the Lord. Thank you so much.
Very happy, ma. Very, very happy. May God bless. Sai Ram. Somebody else want to say something? Sai Ram. Anybody else? Okay. Ramesh.
Close panel, sir. Sai Ram, thank you.
Sai Ram, sir. Sai Ram. With Swami's grace, we'll meet next week. Namaskaram.
Correct. Same time.
Namaskaram.
Thank you.
Sai Ram.